Hello, and welcome! Happy Friday! We are here, this is Julie with the Jewel Design, and we are on to our next layer of our floral collage altered book. The cover is as done as it's going to be right now, until we get into, like, knowing for sure, which looks like I have to do some flattening, so very crisp, right now, very firm. And once we fold it, though, I think it'll be a great cover. Hopefully you can see, I know in my light, but you can see the little glittery spots from the gold and white tissue. He is a little darker than I like, but all in all, the fact that he has a head, we're doing good, right? But I do love how it came out. This is a little bit more prominent than I thought. The tulips and stuff, I do love the back end of it. So, I love both ends, and I'm glad they're front and back. But what I'm thinking is if it got to a point where the whole book was a little too pale, a little lighter, and this seemed a little bright, this is a pretty good size topper. So we might make something about this size, and we'll do a little decor up here, and we will, make maybe a little journal card of some sort, collaged, and put stuff underneath it, and like do a little bit of a mini topper to help tone down the tulip collage here. So that's a possibility. So we have definitely a lot of room. I can't wait. I'm hoping it becomes a spine on this thing, because in that middle section, I think where I'm actually going to put in a nameplate so we can slip in a vertical word, like botanical, floral, something. I know I have a number of verticals we can use. I think that in the middle of the spine, since we're not sewing anything in, we need to have something. And if I think about it, fingers crossed, might even put a grommet up here. Right off the bat before we glue it down, so maybe we can hang, some kind of gadget on it to where we can add a tassel or something to the outside of it. So I'm thinking about the possibilities of what this can be and what we can do with it as we go along. So I did trim off the edges even. This edge is now nice and clean. It seems to be holding. So now we can add a lace to this to extend the back if we need it. And make sure it's reinforced. So all the potential is there. It's going good. It's dry. We have our pocket here ready in the back, and we have stuff. I'm just gonna keep folding it a little bit here, but I think it came out really cool. I'm loving that. It's just another way to use a bag for a cover, a way to thicken it up, and give it a new life. So very stoked about all of that. So hopefully this starts coming along and I feel comfortable with it, then we'll start, making it into a more permanent cover for this. But I'm always hesitant because, I always worry, I commit, and then I go, I have to take that apart. So we're going to get right into it as much as we can today. As you see, I have pages in places, waiting for our concoction. Now, I don't know whether just to jump in and do my favorite spot, do the front, I don't know. So we'll do a little both. We have those first 4 pages that, you got to realize first 4 pages means actually 8 sides to cover. We knew that this side needed a little bit of covering, so maybe something light and airy that we can write on. But this side, I don't have to do nothing but, ink it. That we have to cover. Now I may want to just cover the top and leave the bottom open. Again, this could be left alone. This needs something. So some of these need some perfect coverage, some don't. I wish that wasn't down there, but I can fussy cut something down there. So these aren't getting a huge amount of covering. I did grab all of this, but, I might do it in sections, or, I don't know. I thought we had some really pretty florals to do half pages and whatnot. So I might just cluster some stuff. Maybe we'll just cut and cluster some things out, too. So we will see. But that is the joy of all this. It's not everything is going to be a perfect, here you go. I am definitely, though, sticking to my favorite concept. If you've been watching me, when we do this kind of cover, I do the panel attempt, I guess, and I will rip the edges that I want to use so that you can see the page or the paper that's behind it. So that is my joy. So this is gorgeous because it is a pocket of florals. So I'm thinking that we are going to use, whatever amount here to where I can still see the gray and a little bit of the dotted white, but this is our main focal point for the front cover. Voice is off today. Well, it's still early. I'm actually up a decent hour this morning. Hence the coffee. Not sleeping all that great in this heat. Ugh. Long day, did a lot of yard work, and God knows what else. But it just didn't sleep well. Well, I made a mistake. I had a little bit of coffee from my second cup left over yesterday. Put it in the fridge. Got busy. So I go to make dinner. And I see, and I pull it out. I don't know why. It's like 3 or 4 ounces. Not a lot. But apparently enough. Because, yeah, I had a slight hard time sleeping last night. I can't think, why is my meds not working? Why do I feel like I can't sleep? So we'll probably go just above here. And we're going to go just to the outside of the yellow. Let's try that. I couldn't sleep. I was like, what is wrong here? Like, why am I struggling so terribly? And, let's get the right side here. And, I really did my little 4 ounces, or less than 4 ounces of cold coffee really get to me. Now, this is pretty. There's some good spots right here. Actually, we could rip this and use it on one of those pages. We've got that to use. So that's beneficial, actually. Yeah, I don't know. I have no clue what so terribly screwed me up. But yeah, I did not want to sleep last night. It's like, oh, come on. And I was such a good girl. I went to like at 10 o'clock, at 10:30, I laid down. I thought, okay, I'll just do a little, favorite game or whatever. I'll do a little something. And I was listening to my music, so I went scrolling through Instagram, but I turned the sound off. I was just looking at it visually, so I wasn't so much, stimulated by the music. I was listening to my sleepy pink noise water or whatever. I love sleeping to the sound of waterfall, or rainfall, I should say. I really wish in the winter, like, I think if it rained more and I could leave windows open and not freeze and or, drench the house, I would sleep beautifully. I mean, I know my husband always loved it when it would rain. You can only leave the windows open so far, so. Anyway, I've been sleeping to this white noise that happens to be, Now we've got this. And I could do a little cluster here. So we can decorate some of these up a little bit as we go. I am in love with my new mesh, so I'm hoping I don't overuse it, but about a few yards of this. We'll see how it keeps going. But I think something like that and, clustered up here might be nice. Like I said, I like decorating this corner and then realize I have to, open it up. So we are doing a lot of glue stick today. I think it's going to be our best bet, at least to get started. And then, since we are going on to pages, and then, as we find corners and edges that aren't making it, we'll go to the glue stick. I mean, the glitter glue. Because glitter glue is way more expensive than this. So, I'm like, debating about maybe offsetting it a little bit. Yeah, why not? We're going to utilize, the book pages in as many ways as possible. I did get a new stencil, and I'm thinking about putting like the ink on it and putting it on some of the book pages and see how it cuts out. Does it like a layering effect? So I'm stoked about that. We'll have to do that one day. We'll have to do like a book page die cut and put paper behind it and see what kind of fun journal cards. Because we have so many journal cards to put in these guys. Every pocket has to have something. So we've got time card ephemera. We've got guest check ephemera. We'll do some die cuts. We've got a hordes of things. Okay. First page done. That simple. That easy. It reinforces it. Now this side. Okay, so we've got a flower there. We have to do something up here, which we can, not long enough. So I could put something like that, but that feels really big. I love all of this, but it's like cutting it really tight. I can go in a little bit on the butterflies, but yeah, you don't fit. I guess I'd have to go right down the middle of that lace piece. I'm just wondering if I like it on the gray. Sort of do. Might be a nice contrast. So that's going to go there. Yeah, they're all very long, so I don't have a vertical option. Except to put that at the bottom corner. But, alright, I like that on here. Alright, so how are we all doing? It's going to be 90 again today. Ugh, not too bad yesterday. I mean, the winds are picking up in the afternoon. I mean, it's not quite cooling it off as fast as I'd like, but at least it's attempting to. I think that's the other problem. It's like I'm taking forever to get the house to cool off, so never my favorite thing. Okay, let's back and forth. but this is the thing we're doing today. Now, we're just going to do a few of these pages real quick. I'm not going to put too much, but I want to get that one section definitely worked on. The really pretty potential of the pocket. With the Velcro pagey thing. But yeah, we have a lot of ephemera to do, ladies and gentlemen, throughout this thing. So I think it's going to be like, we'll do a set of pages, and then we'll come back, and then we'll work on the ephemera to fill those pockets. And we'll sort of just go back and forth for a while, using up stuff. And then every once in a while, I will definitely make sure I add in a new project. I'm tempted to make an attempt at the bag pockets that everybody's been doing. Which we have a lot of those. The same thing. The cover is a brown paper bag. And like I said, we have that in white and polka dot also as a kit, or as a bundle. And, so, I definitely feel like I need to do one of those to put in the shop. Okay, so I wish I could make it a belly band. But then I don't really need a belly band. Like, right? Bring it down. I could flip it over. I could just... Do we make it a belly band? I'm wondering, do we make it a belly band so I could stick something in here? I need anything else to stick in here. Right. Okay. Not that my folding is straight, so that's no problem. But we could do this. Bring it down as far as I can with, we could just glue this and this down. Oh, why not? Alright. Why waste an opportunity, right? Do that there. And this one's not as straight as I would like, which it does not surprise me. One between the cut and the doggies. Okay. You can hear my voice, I guess. I don't know. Well, that's a bummer because my thing is open so that I'm trying to get some more fresh air in here because I know I'm going to be in and out all day. Especially if I get going on this and I'm really enjoying it. I mean, I want to keep doing videos for it, so if I do have to make a drive about 40 minutes north for a friend today, so we'll see. Okay, a little bit sticks out a little bit, but it gives us a little bit of a tabby thing. That's okay. Can always add lace to that later to give this page some oomph, and we got something down here. So there we go. We got a potential for a thick. So yeah, ideas. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we got this thing to cover. We have that. This definitely needs a full cover. So I don't know whether to do something bright that matches. So that each set of, I'm trying to decide, do I do each page at sort of front and back match? Right, so then we, and these two things could have clusters again, or cluster here and a full page here. Yeah, we want me to go a full page here. Okay, I love, so what do we want to do opposite of that? I'm going to do yellow, we can do tealy blue. Because really, what I could do is grab this concept, right, and put it here, and then have the back. I don't need to cover that one. I always want to do that, huh? No. Use this, or something. I don't know, people. This is what the problem is. I get very indecisive, and then I get all... I want to try not to make it too matchy-matchy, and I guess that's my thing. I'm trying not to... Thinking about, again, belly banding or covering it. I know you're supposed to do... Some things are just supposed to cover the whole page and be done with it, but... Okay, I don't know. Sorry, guys. That was like, let me just hit you. So sorry. I think that's the problem. I get very in my own head, and I want things to match, and I have a hard time mixing. Now these pages are great. We're going to use this for our belly band front, and we're going to tuck the letter section in here. That way, whatever we put in here is sort of the focal point. This is just a nice light backdrop to whatever ephemera we put in this one. Because then we said coffee dyed, and then I have the teal one for the back side. So hopefully when I do this, we're doing it, cutting it, and it feels like it's all one piece, and we just have a slice of, you know, like we just slit the page to tuck something into it. So that is those, and that's easy. That I'm not probably going to show. That's just cut it, panel it here. I may even, because we have that extra, if we cut it, what we'll do is we'll put it down and we'll fold it over the edge and glue it down. That way this whole edge is covered. Even if it's ripped over here, I want it to sort of wrap in. And then this will be the usual. We'll just do you just get a little bit of your letter and you tuck it in just enough. Don't have to go all the way in if you don't want to. Now, if you're just, for some reason, this is going to be a tab that's going to open up and you're going to utilize it a different way, then yes, you need to cover the whole page. But those I'm not worried about. I'll do those off camera for the next run. I can't believe I just can't seem to, like, fathom. I got 2 pieces and now I don't know what to do with the rest. Okay, so there's that. But I'm going to take them out of the way because things are getting, you know, bulky already. Let's do what I really want to do. Let's get to the part we really want, because I only have so much time this morning. Okay, so I don't know if there's a way to do this that's going to make it beneficial. I'm trying to see if I can catch all of it and sort of keep it out of the way. Not that way. It is interesting being a book. Let me do it from the top. It's funny. I'm like, it just doesn't want to stay. Okay. So what I thought is, sorry, I want to do him on this front slab. Whatever's left over would go into the inside. I keep doing that, don't I? And then I was thinking this combination for the back one, right? Because it's going to be a simple pocket. So I didn't want to do too much. And then depending what's left over, we may collage the top. Or collage the whole thing and put a lace over the bottom, because I have a thick white lace that I love for this. I even have the border laces, but it's a little low for the pocket, so it depends if we want to, how we want to cover it. But I'm thinking about one of these border laces. Actually, I have this, the cream and the green. Any of them will go on the edge of that book. So it depends on how it turns out. I'm thinking about using one of those on the edge of the book. Alright, so let's do this. It's time to start eyeballing. Oh, I wish you guys could talk with me. One of these days we'll have live something. I need more subscribers, people. The more who find me, the more who subscribe, the more chances I have that I can go live. I know there's a mobile live, but, you know, I think it turns the other way, and it's not as easy to maneuver, of course. You guys would be looking at me all upside down and weird, so... it says I'm capable of doing a mobile live, but that'd be more like me just showing off my storage unit or storage area or, you know, something interesting like that. It wouldn't be anything super exciting, but you never know. My corner got a little weird, but it's alright. So I'm just taking off all the white sections real quick, because then I just know exactly what I'm dealing with and I'm not guessing at my... Oh, that's another reason why the dogs could be barking. It's garbage day. Noisy morning. Well, that's rude. I guess I'm going to go close my door, because that's just not going to work for me or you guys. It's a little bit of a problem, but I can probably find two. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. So sorry. I just thought I could leave the door open and get some air, but... Oh, that is going to be noisy. Can't do it. Really not a great idea. Here, let me real quick. Let me see if I can turn my so-called AC unit on. Which, it's working okay. I mean, it does blow at me in the general direction of where I'm at. And it's a cooling system. It's really meant for fresh air and maybe, you know, but it's nothing, it's not a super AC unit. Because AC units, they want, you know, constant air from out. I don't know how an AC unit would work from outside when it's hot outside and you're using. I mean, I know in here when it starts getting warm, it really struggles to, you know, give us what we need. So, okay, so now I got to do my eyeballing. Now this I'm going to tear up to the best I can and hope for the best, because I'm probably going to do more of a paper, like a standard full tear, because I don't think I can do it any other way. Now, doing what we're doing, okay, let's just see if we can, because if I just do a light tear, then and ink it, it'll blend, right? I'm trying to figure out how far in or out I need to go, because we're going all the way up with this. Alright, people, come on. I know it's not the most specific of techniques here. Let's see, we can go outward a little bit. See if we can fold this. Now, I will try to tear this end, but then again, it's nice and soft, so who knows. Might not need to do anything too crazy with all the tears, because they are going to blend in, and they are going to simply be. Now that I may refold to match better. We're just going to do probably this old school, you know. There we go. We're going to do it that way. And when you ink it, because it is soft, it still has a nice effect. So hopefully my dad's going to get some more plywood so we can get some sheets of plywood up in the attic, because I have 6 boxes and 3 more, so about 9 boxes of stuff still going up into the attic. The attic's full of my kids' stuff, which, you know, my parents sort of had the same effect growing up. Well, there was also Christmas and I don't know what else up there too. We had all of our holiday stuff up in the attic. When I have it up in my garage, yeah, they were able to get up in the attic. They had a really good sized attic, and at some point they finally did do the whole refurbish it and all that jazz, and actually, you know, it was sort of cool up there when I had the guts to go up there, because I do not do that very much. Yeah, okay, that's gonna work. So yeah, no, but right now we're just at least putting plywood up there so that, you know, we can get boxes up there and not do any damage, keep things level. But there's already so much up there. It's like, oh my gosh. And then it's gonna help me with that huge shelving unit and try to get it to something smaller so we can put 2 units up. I have a 3rd one, I just realized too, up above my yeah, I've got a couple up there. I did a huge shelving unit, 2 shelving units. We did the same thing in both my godson and goddaughter's rooms, and then as they got older, they took it down or whatever, and we're like, okay. So we brought all that stuff home. So I was like, well, if you don't need it, I'll just take the wood and all those things home. I never know when I'm going to need them. Especially I think Sammy's room at some point, it may be that she has 1 unit, and I'll turn around and make another one. Especially for, you know, crafting, craft supplies. My old dresser that we're going to try to replace for my daughter, my youngest, you know, everybody's had that shelf. My mother made it for me, and you know, I've had it. My daughter's had it. Both my daughters have had the dresser, but it's getting to that point where it's small. You know, it's 6 little drawers and 4 itty bitty ones, and it's just great when they're little, but yeah, they get older, you're like, yeah, not so much. So it's time to, you know, move on, and their clothes are getting bigger, and it's just so, but I think I'm gonna reuse it again, like I said, for storage in my oldest room once she moves out. And I keep talking about that. I don't know, we'll see. I mean, she's excited now about college, but when do I actually get to kick her out? I don't know. Like, I can clean it up, especially if she's able to take some stuff with her, at least some cubby areas I may, you know, break down and rebox her craft stuff and go, okay, you'll have it when you get home. But yeah, you know. Now the other side, which may have different, you know, things. It'd be great if I could get her in there, but she's not tall. It's not, if I get her, I cut her head off. Oh, I do. I could move it over. I can, nope, I still get her head. I mean, that flower is not going to quite make it, which is the least of my issues, but I really want her, but then I have nothing up here. But I could, it's opposite of everything I need. I could take a little bit here and lap it underneath to make it work. Okay. I'd like her to be on the page. It would be nice if she was on the page. Let's see. Let's do that. Trying to get a feel for where I need it to be. It's a very weird fold, isn't it? Of course, I'm doing it on an angle, so these are not always easy. when you're dealing with the book itself, because you are doing it on a weird angle. Let's try to see if I can do it off camera, as it sounds like. Let's see, that way I can have her, and we'll... So some things are, you know, because you're dealing with folds, I'm doing more of the paper tear, simple old school tear, right? Fold it, damp it, make it work. And it still gives us, you know, a rough ordeal. Now I have that paper too that I can put back there. I don't even have to use the other corner. Come on, the little corner didn't fold. There we go. Don't need that one though. Ugh, gotta keep half my stuff covered up here. Things wide open. Not always great. So hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. Let's not have you out of camera, off camera. That'd be bad. Let's get this going. Because yeah, I can put the piano paper back there, and I think it would. Some rough spots, all that jazz is oh good. I'm inking the bottom, but I don't know if I need the bottom. Okay, so we have her here with the edge, so I definitely need to take stuff off the bottom. Where do I need you? Above the London line. And what do I need on the other side? Probably right about down here. Yeah. It's a little harder, I think, because trying to cover in there, we're going to want to, you know, you're sure going to want to tuck it in and bring it out. So maybe we'll go halfway to make sure that we don't under or overestimate here. Yeah, I thought the line, but I have to make sure we get it covered. I always think I got it down tight enough, and then I don't. Something like that. But we're gonna have some nice little bits here. I'm gonna really, like I said, we have plenty of so I got these strips that are gonna be everywhere, and definitely, you know, scraps. We're gonna be using all of it one way or another. There's bound to be areas where I'm like, I need to cover that. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. All right. So if we tuck it in, glue it out. Oh, that's right, the bottom. I was like, why doesn't that line up? So that's what I'm doing. I'm sort of playing with this and hoping. I mean, I don't want this to fall apart. I have plans A, B, and C if this thing does not hold out. But like I said, we can, in my last video, we can turn it into a ring binder. Well, the pages too could be a tab binder. I could do a tab journal with this one, you know, because these pages will be pre-done if they come out clean. Because the book isn't working, we can make it a tab, and you know, it does mean cutting the no, I don't know. I could do a tab. I just don't know if I have to cut the book, cut the cover apart to do it. But if I was doing a ring journal, I'd have to cut it anyway. So yeah, and still get a pocket on the back, and yeah, still can be done. But I'm stoked either way. I'm hoping this holds out. It's a great way to use all my papers. Great way to use digitals and all that jazz. So we have it down here because we knew we'd have to cover the corner. You might see a little bit of the page, and that's, in this case, I'm okay with it because we have such a cluster going on right here. I go in far enough and have it wrap out though. If I do this, bring it up a little bit. I have some over here, but this is where I can add in lace and things like that. So it's just finding the right spot where I feel we're not too in, too out. Like this one, all this bending. I don't know. I meant to go look to see whoever's done a altered book in a while, and I haven't looked. I'm going by the seat of my pants apparently. So why not, right? I am trying to reinforce this because of the bend in the pages. Papers are coming up, so that is going to be something we're going to have to figure out how to avoid. I mean, I'm not going all the way in with the paper, and maybe that's the problem. I may have to really tuck it in on each edge just so it does stay, but we'll see. Okay. Oh, before we do that though, we need that corner. We need to cover this upper corner a little bit, right? Because we had that section that's definitely going to show up here just a little bit, itty bitty piece. Do I cover it over or under? Maybe I'll do it after Looks like it's going to blend in if I do it right, so let's do it after the fact so I'm not trying to guess at it. I'm a little apprehensive. I gotta be careful. I know putting glue on here is a little bit 50-50, but I mean, sooner or later we're putting glue on it. Nice thing is your book and your glue book become one because you are working, you know, in all these pages, and you just don't. The only thing you don't want to glue is on top of a decorative page already. So. I'm trying to do it a different way, but I don't think it's going to work the way I want it to do it. I'm trying to tuck it in, but I can't get it both ways is the problem. I can't get it in there and there at the same time. I think what it is, I didn't cut the down the side right, and so it's off, and so it's definitely irritating me. As much as I want to cover everything. We're gonna go for it, right? So yes, I am struggling with this because I've got, without cutting it is the problem. You know, I have excess in one end and not enough on another. But we, so yeah, we're, hopefully next week we'll have shelves up and we will have the day bed. I forgot I have to do that today too. Try to get pictures of the loft bed up and running so that we can see if we can sell it. Because she can just sleep on the bed, or, then I was like, okay, well, you need a new mattress. So I was looking into that and I was like, oh, mattress shopping. I haven't done that in God knows how many years. 10 at least. I think not too long after we moved in, we ended up getting a new mattress because we'd had the one. Ow! As you see, yeah, my nails are all good. We had, oh, let's see, that's loose on an end. That is definitely not straight. It looks like it's coming undone. What I worry about. All this back and forth, and I'm gonna be really careful when I cut pages out, guys. It's, you know, keeps going, keeps enduring. Alright. But yeah, I have to find her a new mattress because I just think that, you know, right now she has a little 8-inch mattress, and that's just not going to work on a box, on a frame, you know, spring. She is not going to like that. She has a hard enough time sleeping. So I don't need her to have more problems, right? Is that going to work? Yes, well enough. So, I don't know. That was like, oh, Mattress Firm is our, I don't know, sleep train, whatever it used to be. And, it's a half hour, you know, but it also, they won't, like, they can't deliver anything until the 1st of August, and I was like, oh, well, that's a problem too. So if I can go pick it up, so I mean, I'm gonna have to coax Papa into, so, oh, I'm doing this for my daughter's birthday, but I'm gonna have to reach out for help here because I don't have a truck, and I can get a lot into my little CRV, but not the back of a day bed, and not a mattress, I'm afraid. I don't think 73 inches I think is too tight. I don't think I can get it in my bed. Even though I put all the seats down and all that jazz, I still don't think I can get it in there. And this is not staying if I want to open it up. So yeah, we're going to have to keep that in mind when we're folding stuff. I may have to trim back our folds so that I'm not trying to cover so much. Alright, there we go. So we've got, you know, book page you can't really read, but it gives us layers. I feel like this corner is definitely going to need some lace, maybe. Though it is pretty even. No, don't ask me how, but I didn't really want to see that. So, well, we'll decor. We'll have to do a little something on some of these pages. Now, we are going to put the vellum strip in here. A little pocket here, so that'll help cover up maybe that concept. But, alright. So, we have something decorative going on here. I didn't pick a page there, I don't know why. But, I mean, we have something simple like that, which actually goes down to our pocket, but then we have to probably need a full page so that I can put a pocket here and not worry about what's behind it, especially if I want to make it a lace pocket. because this one will fit, but then it definitely has another piece of paper here. So I have to decide if I want a paper pocket or if I want a standard pocket. And then I'm almost tempted to go double pocket, but I think I need more pockets. Okay, backside's the same ordeal, and we definitely struggled with things, so it's just not staying. It's not doing anything. Because of the constant folds, nothing is staying right now. Well, shoot. And I have to, I have to open it to do it. There's always going to be a struggle. Struggle bus, struggle bus, struggle bus. Alright. We are working on this side. So how much time do I have? 35. Okay. About 25 minutes, so I'm not too terribly off. Okay, so on this side, let's see what we're going to... Oh, that's already... Okay, good. Let's do this to keep them out of the way. So, we need to cover this, and we need to cover this. But we don't need to cover all of it because it is going to get glued here. So we just need enough to give us our feel. This is where I think we do this, top corner, and then use, this. So it's sort of very much, it feels all the same with a slit, I think. Sometimes they say do something different so you can see the pocket. Did I not? Oh, shoot. I didn't go back. I meant to go back in and we had a couple background pages in the, that'd be pretty, in the other kit that I sold. I could do this, and that would definitely be different than this, so the two would stand out. But you need background pages like this sometimes to do this type of thing. Let's try that. Definitely have coffee to paper to go everywhere. Alright, let's see if we can do this. It's super chatty today, I don't know. I did a lot of yard work yesterday and did the usual mow and trim stuff. And then I had to cut couple apple branches, sort of get them off the fence line. I meant to trim it back this year, like top it like I did last year, and I didn't get to it. Ugh. Coffee's cold. Yay. Alright, I just realized I sort of can't do that. I need to get access to it. There we go. Alright, so we only need, these bended pages are not my favorite. Because they're not going to glue in well. I guess you just can't go that far in. You just can't. So maybe that's my option there. Pencil. And then, let's see. We'll try to go in there, fold and all, and then down here, my worries when I cut that, it's not going to be enough. So I'm going to have to cut, I'm going to definitely want to cut down a little ways so that, we make sure that this angle isn't so, whatever, that we don't have enough to cover underneath. Okay. So we're gonna go here to the line. We're gonna go here to the dot. And then do that. And that way I know, hopefully, that we have enough coverage. I hope. Come on. Underneath. Let's see if my randomness works. I'm like, make sure it's really glued down so your ephemera doesn't stick on any edges when it comes up in and out, because you're not covering all the way to the bottom. But I have some more pages that are part of that printed kit that are light and airy, and I need to go print those. I was like, oh, I forgot about those. being busy and excited. Okay, so we'll go out here. It's not going to cover all the way in. It's sort of find a middle ground. But yeah, there's no point going too far in because apparently we just aren't allowed to do so. Yeah, that's fine. But so anyway, yeah, sort of a standstill on the in the bedroom. We did paint one small shelf, like I said. And you know, she's like, oh well, I like the green, and I'm not so sure about the charcoal brackets. She was a little like, and it did start to grow on us because I didn't care for it either. I was like, ew, okay. But then I was like, well, it does match the wall that it's next to, so it does pull from that. I mean, it does have a good effect there. And I was like, well, no, it needs to sort of, you know, pull. But yeah, she's like, I don't think I want like 9 feet of that green and gray. So let's just put the white one back up. If the brackets seem to stand outish, I can always do the bottom of the bracket up against the wall, you know, paint over it and have it sort of match the wall. That way the rest of the shelf felt a little bit more floaty. All right, so there's that. Oh, actually, really good. So then we'll glue this down once I have this one on, and it's, you know, all good. So the other thing you could do, let's see. I had a brain fart there for a second. Give me a moment. Is to lay it down and maybe. This is the part. This is the only downside. The hard part. I really don't care if I pull the outside. Is getting the trim off. And you know, Tim Holtz's little deco cutter, decoupage, whatever color, really only does the 8-inch side. Doesn't do the 11-inch side. So to get all the way across, you then have to fold your page in half, and well, some of that you don't always want. So yeah, I can do this edge, and it's fine, but it's this long edge that you can't. So then you're like, well, I'm back to square one, and I'm having to do this, and a little more extra than I might have cut off, but we aren't doing full pages, so it's okay right now. There we go. Okay. So, oh, that is backwards, and maybe that's why I thought, oh, I could put it underneath there, but I don't have full access underneath. Alright, so we know not to bother going too far in, because it just comes up. So I'm looking to see, I'm doing this right? The blue line up. Not very far, though. And we could do it. It would still give me a corner. Sometimes I want to go all the way across. I hate to do too much. Let's see. We have to do the... We'll do the fold line thing. I know, not really my best idea. Well, I'm hoping this has been a very interesting, educational, whatever. Right? Sure. That works. We're going to make it work. See, that's what it should be. Okay, hold on. So I'm sort of, if I do it backwards a little bit, I'm wondering if I can get what I need to do. Like, wait a minute. I wonder if I can, because I was going to put it in here and try to trace it, and I was like, oh, I'm having problems. And then I was like, well, wait a minute. Let's see if we go that way. I don't need all the way in. Am I doing it? No, it's still backwards. Okay. But that's the line down this way, so. Alright, well, I'm getting somewhere, I think. Alright, Too many options. Too many options, too many things. Okay. You knew we need to go here up to the potential. There we go. Okay. I'm getting somewhere. I really hope you guys have been enjoying this. You guys have been great. Oh my gosh, I'm finally getting some good numbers. I am so stoked that you guys are liking this, that it is grabbing attention. You worry. Like I said, I'll try not to do too much of any one thing. We are continuing to progress with, you know, some aspect of this thing that you guys don't get bored. But it is, you know... struggling with this. Okay. Yeah, not much. The heat, bedroom's at stall. Did your housework and not housework. That's this weekend. worked on plants in the backyard that are dying. They're going out seasonally, and apple tree and the large tree in my backyard is going berserk. I only have them cut it down to the nubs and knots every other year. It still cost me a couple $100 just to do that. I don't know if it'd be cheaper if they came in yearly. I really don't know. I guess I could ask, but knowing them, I'm like, well, because these branches get like 20 feet tall, and every other year. And so I'm like, well, okay, if it's half the height, would you guys, I mean, you still have to cut and take it out. So yes, 20 feet branches are not too happy with me. They're like, It's like, well, you cut them down and someone else is down there cutting them in half, and then, you haul them out. It's still the same. I don't know. It probably is a little less of everything if they, did it every year, but I don't know. But then I have this really full tree right now, which is absolutely gorgeous, but it is a lot. And they start looking for, each branch, the undergrowth starts looking for sun. So they start drooping quite a bit. So I have to go in every so often and be like, nope, cutting you because you're drooping a little too low. All right, so that actually worked a little bit better than the first one. It's still a little bit of an issue around the bend here. And it's just, while it's bent, I guess, trying to get in there with glue and seeing if it'll stay. I mean, I don't know. We got the corner, which is great because I'm not worrying about what's... It's like you wanna... I don't know. Okay. I'm not stressing over it. But that's pretty. I'm really glad I did change it up so you can see. And you are, aware that there's a pocket here. Very stoked about that. Like I said, plenty of ephemera to be making, so we're going to be doing a lot of the, it's sort of the last pull of summer and whatever before those of us who like to go to fall and stuff. So I will do stuff for fall, hopefully. I don't know if I have any more fall, I have fall kits, but I don't have any more printed. I have to look. Do I have a fall box? I'm thinking about that. I'm like, do I have a fall box? I know I have a Christmas and I have... Yes, I do have a fall box. I'm like, wait, no, I see it. I'm like, yep, no, I have a Christmas box, a fall box, and now I have a winter one. I'm like, geez. That's anything and everything to do with that so that it's off to the side because there's no way I can have all that stuff out every year. There, just be, not happening. So, yeah, I have to pull out the fall one and see. I do have a fall journal that I didn't get up for sale last year, so I'll get that up this year. I touched up a little bit last year to make sure. But it's, yeah, I have one of those to do too. Or one of those to put up and decide if I'm going to make another one for you guys. And so there'll be plenty of variants. Alright, so that's now in. Once that's covered, like I said, we can then decide if it needs whole thumb notches or not on one side or the other. Ta-da! Oops, I see stuff lifting. Which, yeah, that's why I do majority of it with a paper thing, and then glue stick, and then I just go back and touch up anything that's loose because there's always something, right? Talk about feeling you just want to get in there and be like, let me just. This will help in a bone of yours. Trying to see if I can press it down and make it work. Oh, okay. All right. So something definitely got tighter. Oh, because I glued it. Well, I glued it upright. So it definitely pudges a little bit because when I glued it, I didn't glue and then press. I didn't glue it flat down. Uh-oh. No, over time. Maybe it'll let go. All right. Well, we have a silly little front cover. We have a belly band on one of the pages. We're gonna then do some extra glue. We got that. We have this started. We still have to figure out what to do, what pages to use there. We have our first big pocket, right? And then we have our back pocket. So it's getting there. As I get along, I will definitely be able to figure out the ins and outs of this. Let's see, how much time do we have? So I think that pocket cluster page, and of course the other ones are going to be pretty simple. 49 seconds. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. It's like I almost could just sort of cluster a pocket and then put lace over it, right? Just sort of throw it in here. I wanted that double pocket. I could do it. Do a little bit of clustering to make a pocket here, make a pocket here, put the page behind it, and then I could always, I can't put lace over it if I make this a pocket though. Because that would pull from here, that pulls from the front. That's definitely a cluster there. I'm like, wow. I can even tuck this one in here. Like, we could really cluster it so that it's a nice collage effect for a pocket. Yeah, I don't know if I like that lighter page. I feel like maybe we could do something a little different in here. I like this sort of put together cluster here though for a pocket. I'm liking that idea material wise. I think it's sort of interesting. I do need to trim this a little bit more. This is a little bit out of whack. Let's see if we could make good with that. Come on. And I'm off camera, sorry. There we go. Alright. Let's see what we can, I know I don't need that part, but here. Let's see what we can make real quick. Make this pocket with this in mind. And I'm going to have to rip some stuff off, but I want to make sure I have everything what I want first. And then go back in and, you know, make it work. Oh, so that is, I definitely have to twist it a little bit. Do that. Let's do here. We're gonna, so we can sort of, you know, scale it off. Yeah, a little higher than we expected, but that's okay too. Alright, let's give it a shot. You do your thing. You cluster, you glue, you tear, you cluster. We just keep at it. We want to make sure that it's going to cover enough of what we're looking for and not be too small or too big, because you don't want to do that. You don't want to be like, oh wait. Now, because this is what it is, I don't glue all the way down. I'm just going to do this corner a little bit. It is going to be a tuck-in, so it doesn't become a pocket until I glue it down. So I like the roughness of it. It's very cool that way, which means the top doesn't have to be very specific either. So we want to make sure that. Let's see if we can do this. Of course, it cut down. And that'll undo itself. Shoot. Now, if I got a something behind it and just folded it up, because why did it not? Oh, well, that should have come off. Oh, I did start to come off, and then right there it broke where it wasn't supposed to. That's a problem. I was like, wait a minute, there's something wrong here. Alright, let's do that, because I can't glue this to the paper, because to the page, because it's not going in that way. What I'm going to do then is we're going to reinforce it. We're going to take that scrap we just pulled off, just in case, and we're going to glue it down. Using the scraps to make the pocket. And okay, so I just use what I just tore off to I'm gonna get in there with the ink, top of the papers. Okay, now if I do this right, whatever I put in here will probably be just to the outsides of this, and we can tuck it in. I don't know. Okay, so I don't want to perfectly glue this down yet because, you know, this is me we're talking about. I could have a completely different idea, and I would feel really bad if I didn't have it going the way I want it to. I'd be like, oh wait, I have a different idea, and darn it. And then I could use the pocket elsewhere. So, you know, nothing's going to go to waste. I just have to figure out which one, you know, which way I want to do this. It's finding the right background page. I think that either I pulled from the green that's here, because I pulled from here, right? So if I pulled from here, I'm wondering if I need to pull from here to sort of bring this whole little section together. At least I'm using up scraps and I am not... Oh, there it is. I'm like, don't I have more? Okay. So maybe... I'm not going to see here. It's nice and light. I'm trying to decide if we want to just go low with another girl or go go the dark teal and just put this over it, which really I can almost just glue this one on, go from top to bottom with it, you know, and because it's a nice light color, it would give us another layer in the background. Just glue the whole thing down, put this over it, instead of trying to just do a mild tuck. It goes to the bottom, gives us another layer for our pocket. That is not straight in any way, right? I gotta figure out what end I want straight. What do I want to consider straight and fix it from there? And at what point am I cutting this off? I'm in a little, you know, little off skelter here, but what am I going to do with all the paper clips and stuff in it? I can, to a point. Ta-da. Okay. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I know, sort of quiet today. Sorry, I thought I'd have more to talk about or deal with, or I don't know. I was just really I'm really stoked about getting this one section done to see how it turned out and how the pages are working, and, you know, this is going to be a viable journal idea. And it could just be something I work on, I guess, and it could be definitely something that just uses up, you know, materials and whatnot. And, you know, the book holds out, great. If not, well, it's okay too. Alright. Let's do this, and we'll add in that book, that double pocket. For once, I'm actually going to just glue the page. I'm gonna glue the page, and then all we have to do is add in our Velcro. And we have our first interactive, you know, page. And normally I wouldn't cover the whole thing to put a pocket, but I do like this coloring, you know, behind it, behind our pocket on the bottom, so we are going to utilize it. And why make anything any harder, right? Okay, just about there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me get that off. We get the double pocket, which is sort of cool. That way all these tears, these rips aren't such a big deal, because we are definitely, you know, yes, I'm like, what am I looking at? Sorry, I was like, did I do this right? It's like using my double corner pocket, except I'm doing it with tears and scraps, so sort of cute. Sort of cute, sort of liking it. There we go. And then we have, I believe, pocket here and our full pocket here. So we still have two pockets, which is great. And I think the pocket's going to be more of a side tuck, so I am going to glue this down a little bit more, because I think we're going to let's go sideways with it a little bit more. It's going to be more horizontal tuck card in here, and then we have the tuck down below, straight down, I mean. I did notice if you don't do this right, or if you do it too quickly, you start playing with your pocket, it does come up. Which I always like doing that. I'm like, oh, I need to get in there. And then I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Ta-da! Alright, so we have a nice thick page here. Opens up to a double pocket, big pocket, large pocket, plenty of room to, and there's a whole thing of decoring these things. I'm just trying to get the basics down. Oh my gosh. We haven't even got to the possibility of decorating these yet. Oh, right? Oh, so much. So, yeah, I think I'll do something with you guys. I'll finish up the section, come back, we can decorate, we can put ephemera, like, we have to, I think each section has, potentially 3 or 4 videos. Now, I won't do that to you guys constantly. That'll be, like, I can do the coffee dyed pages, and I can do, there's things I'm just going to put in there and go, okay, I did this, and, that is bugging me. That after all that perfection that we did everywhere else, I didn't get enough here. So maybe to reinforce it, we may put a little bit of a thin lace maybe on the inside here to hide it, and maybe help keep things, glued together. Because if I can get the lace maybe on the pages that we the edges that we didn't cut out, that might help keep it in place. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. See? We do see a little bit of it right there, and that's okay. There's a hint of something underneath. The 2 pockets, the big pocket and the large one in the back, and then our little front cover. So yeah, I just gotta get over myself and just do that. But I am missing a few background pages, and that might help. If I have my background pieces, maybe that'll help me with some of these covers, where I'm not going, oh my gosh, I have to do something. I get in my head. Alright, so it's already going to be thick. That's why we take out, 7 to 9 pages in between, because this gets fat and bulky very quickly. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're just about done. I'm going to put my little Velcro piece down for sure, so I do not forget here. But I think we're good, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you on the flip side next week. We will go ahead and see what I can get myself put together here, and we will work on another layer of this project. About there. So I'm gonna get my fingers off of it, of course. Ugh. Little DNA. There we go. Because magnets I have are too thick. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna let it sit. So when I get back on the next round, hopefully I can test this out. Yep, see, as I was afraid of. Ooh, it does not hold. Or it holds too well. Oof. I was worried about that. Lots of glitter glue then. We will make sure we reinforce things when we do that. Okay, good to know. These are good. They're good little Velcros. Wow. Here I was worried. There we go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching me. It's sort of a quiet video. It wasn't much of a craft and chat. I just didn't have much to say, apparently. Ugh, tired. But I got this done. I was really stoked to see this and have it work out and see how it turns out, which is not working in my favor. Well, that is rude in so many ways. Oh, okay. Well, we'll figure it out. I guess Velcro can be more testy than I realized. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for liking, loving, commenting, subscribing when you can, making sure your notifications are on so that you don't miss out when I do these videos, because you never know. This is Friday morning for me. It will be up shortly, so hopefully you guys have a nice little afternoon break, or early this evening you'll get to come in and watch the progress, see what we're up to, and keep moving forward together. So love you all very much. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll talk real soon. Bye-bye.